Thanks for joining us, 2K Sports fans, for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. With Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan. And here we go with a look at the State Farm starting lineups. One of the guys we'll be watching out for today, Greg Monroe.
Well, Monroe is one of the more promising young big men that we have in the league, Kevin, because of his offensive skill set. He can really pass from the high post. He can go down to the low block and score. He's got that strong left hand.
Dragic with it. 17 points for him last game against Golden State.
And what an extraordinary display of passing in that game, too, Kevin. Making all the right decisions offensively.
Johnson with it. Rodney Stuckey covering. Here's Brown. His three-pointers off the mark.
And total domination on the glass by them so far.
Well, the anticipation has been outstanding, exquisite. I mean, it seems like they've got an extra sense as to know where the ball is coming off.
Maggette kicks tonight. Fires for three. A second chance effort. Cannot hit. Some solid defense from Brown. Suns leading by three. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Yes, I caught up with Coach Lawrence Frank. We talked about this matchup, and he said, you know, the thing about this game that's tough is their discipline and recognition offensively. Whenever you make a mistake at the defensive end, 9 times out of 10, they're going to exploit it. So we've really got to be on our game. Guys, so much of this game is mental. We'll see who wins the chess match.
Thank you, Doris. It all sounds like a very solid plan given the shooters they have to contend with here, guys.
Yeah, he's aware of what their strength is, and he knows that they need to focus on stopping those guys.
Or at least limiting the damage they can do, Steve. Make it tough for them. Don't give them any easy opportunities. That, to me, might be a more realistic goal.
Marshall dishes to Fry for the three, and that one's good. And the Suns lead by 6.
That's what a good solid screen will do for you. Gets you a good look at the hoop.
Knight kicks to Maggette. Johnson on him. Maggette against Johnson. Kicks to Knight. The Pistons working the ball around now. Just 5 to shoot. With the drop step. And the shot is good from Stuckey. 1:53 left to play here in the first. Now Marshall. On the wing, Brown. Feeds to Fry. Back to Brown. Fry, good. Fry's got his second basket of the night.
Well executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
1:22 left here in the opening quarter. Here's Big Dog. Maggette outside. Johnson over to help. Stuckey left side. And that one's good. Stuckey's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Right out of the gate, just filling it up.
Both teams are, guys. I mean, points coming fast and furious.
And here is Marshall. There's 49 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Brown outside. Knocks it loose. Bryant. And the basket good. Fry's got his third basket of the night. Pistons trail by 6. Now, here is Knight. 14 points from him the last game against Houston.
And his work on the glass, certainly noteworthy. And he contributed in a number of ways.
Yaredko. Here's Hammond. And the officials call a traveling violation.
Well, we just started this game, and we've already got 4 turnovers.
Well, they've been unruly, undisciplined, untidy, not careful. I mean, they've got...
Now, here's Marshall. Defense right on him. And boy, that looked like goaltending. Yes, it is. And so they will award the basket there.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
The Pistons have gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter.
Well, they heaved up a lot of ill-advised three-pointers in that loss. Guys, they were way too trigger-happy from downtown.
Yeah, and that's not the area on the court where you want to be forcing shots from. Heck, you were a great three-point shooter, and you know that, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, it comes and goes, but you can't just rely on that when things aren't going your way.
Marquis Morris is out there with Jermaine O'Neal. Then it's Kendall Marshall. Then it's Brown. And it's Beasley in at the small forward position. That's who's out there for Phoenix. That's good. Beasley's got 9 points.
Boy, he's been so dependable here this game, really playing well offensively.
The Pistons trailing. Here is Knight. He's got 9. Here's Hammond. Beasley with the rebound. The Suns have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter.
Well, loss or no loss, that was a fantastic game, Clark. They can be proud of the way they battled at least.
I suppose, but Steve, it still was a really heartbreaking loss. I mean, you hate to lose in overtime. No matter how hard you played, it still leaves you very empty and disappointed when you come up short.
Knight with it. Guarded now by Michael Beasley. Now Yaredko. Shoots over Brown. The shot's good from Yaredko.
I like the way they're working the ball inside because when you do that, you get higher percentage shots and typically good things happen.
Marshall with it. From 7. Detroit with the rebound. And here is Knight. Gets it to go. Knight's got 7 points for the quarter.
Well, after a slow first quarter, he's starting to pick it up a bit here.
The Suns trailing. Now, here's Marshall. He feeds it to O'Neal. He dishes it to Brown. He kicks to Beasley. Guarded by Prince. 6 on the shot clock. There's the 3. And it's Brown missing. Pistons shooting 61% from the field. Showing some marvelous touch out there. Shot from 16. Excellent D there from Beasley. Sun shooting it pretty well. Close to 50%. Straight up. Missed inside.
Had a pretty good look at the basket, but defensively they did a nice job rotating, forcing the miss.
And I didn't get to watch the entire press conference, but read about it earlier today. What did you guys think, Steve, especially about how he is dealing with the media?
Well, this was just incredible, Kevin, the press conference. I mean, have you ever heard anybody talking about planning their Hall of Fame speech one day? I mean, he's throwing out multiple MVPs, All-Star Games rings, everything. The arrogance just off the charts. And
that that concludes the first half. Pistons lead by 8. Well, folks, stick around here at halftime for the halftime show with Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
And now, brought to you by Sprint.
Welcome to 2K Sports. We're in the early stages of what promises to be another great season in the NBA. The Detroit Pistons are ahead against Phoenix. Their great passing has been fun to watch, keeping the ball moving and picking apart that D. Brandon Knight playing great through 2 quarters. At the break, 16 points, and he's also made plays for others, showing his court vision definitively in this one. And the Suns keeping at it. They've been getting roundly outplayed up to this point, and they'll need a bounce-back effort to make up for it in the second half. Shannon Brown has not had a good showing. An unsightly, untimely shooting percentage. Ugly game. And that's all we got for you here in the studio. Time to send you back out to Kevin, Steve, Clark, and Doris for the start of the second half.
The second half just about to get going here. An exceptional performance from Brandon Knight.
Well, right now he's the playmaker that every team wants. He's seen the play happen before it actually occurs, racking up the assists.
And I like Steve.
Pistons have gone 4 of 9 from the floor so far in the third.
Well, the staple for Lawrence Frank has been the defensive philosophy that he's held over the years. And, of course, he was Doc Rivers' main assistant in Boston 2 seasons ago. And he brought that Celtic-style defense with him to Detroit, forcing everything baseline into help.
On the court for the Pistons, Hammond, he's in at center. Knight and Stuckey are manning the backcourt. Tayshaun Prince out there with Greg Monroe. Here's Big Dog. And there's the feed to Stuckey. Shoots over Dudley. And the shot is good from Stuckey. Stuckey's got 13. Suns trail by 4. Thinking about that, Steve, I remember a Frank quote from last year where he called Detroit a no-middle, no-paint team. Clark, certainly coincides with what Steve just said and what I'm sure you want to talk about.
Well, I think it goes with the whole mentality of the franchise, Steve. For so long, they've been the pinnacle of team defense, and it's nice to see them looking to get back to that under Frank.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to Doris Burke for an update. Hi, Doris.
There's no doubting, gentlemen, that Detroit's Rodney Stuckey is a powerfully...
Dragic kicks to Dudley. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Gortat. No good. And the Pistons now going the other way.
As tight as this game is, you have to like their chances the way they've been rebounding.
They have a pretty good margin in that department, so they've got to continue to hit the boards hard. It'll pay off for them in the end.
Dudley is the 2 with Beasley playing the small forward. Scola and Gortat there inside. And it's Dragic in at the point. That's who's out there for Phoenix. And the jam by Greg Monroe.
Rough and rugged down there in the low post.
That's his trademark. Hard rebounds, hard finishes, up high and down hard.
And he never stops working. That's what I really appreciate about him, guys.
Here's Dragic. Scola passes to Dragic. Back to Scola. Monroe on him. And stolen by Knight. And now the Pistons. Fast break. Inside. Rebounded by Luis Scola. Scola's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Here's Dudley. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jared Dudley. That's his first foul.
Well, I love it. He gets there first, absorbs the contact. Nice play defensively.
No flop there. He took that one right in the chest.
Pistons leading by 7. Now Knight passes it to Stuckey. In low to Monroe. Here's Big Dog. And the layup is good. And the Pistons lead by 9.
Well, that makes 5 of their last 6 makes coming from inside.
Yeah, really focused on getting the ball into the paint because they're taking advantage of very porous defense down there.
Here's Dragic. He's guarded by Knight. Beasley dishes to Gortat. Gives him the lead pass. Scola. Detroit with the rebound. Knight's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Stuckey. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time. And it's an 11-point Piston lead.
A great move to the hoop, capped off with the finger roll. He's an outstanding finisher in close.
Scola, a screen on Knight. Beasley against Spaghetti. And again, it's the Suns missing.
And that's the way it's been. A big margin for them in the rebounding category.
You know, sometimes you got to get down and dirty and do the dirty work. And in this one, they've done it, and it's paid off on the scoreboard in a big way.
Here's Big Dog. Dishes it to Spaghetti. Again, the Pistons good for 2.
Great display of that mid-range touch right now.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with taking a step in and knocking down a few. I know you were a great marksman from the three-point line, but sometimes people only see the game in threes and layups. But that mid-range game is alive and well here tonight.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. Alvin Gentry had some words for his team over that last break. He didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, "How much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there. We have to play better. We have to play harder if we're going to come back. Guys?"
Tayshaun Prince has checked in for the Pistons. Suns trail by 13. Dragic with it. Outside Scola. Now the dish to Beasley. They need this one. And he hits the jump shot.
Soft defense right there. Way too soft.
Pistons leading by 11. Here's Big Dog. Pass to Stuckey. Shoots over Dudley. Again, the Pistons score.
They continue to barrel their way inside, and when's the defense going to adjust?
Well, I'm asking the same question myself, partner. I mean, that's 8 points out of their last 10 coming inside.
And Gortat kicks to Beasley. The fadeaway. Blocked.
Well, unfortunately, he just has not been able to produce offensively to this point.
Prince, right side. He passes to Stuckey. Goes up. Shot denied. The pass to Monroe. Goes back up. And there's Tayshaun Prince on the assist by Monroe. 12 points for Prince.
Finally getting into rhythm here in the game after that cold first half.
Dragic kicks to Scola. Kicks it to Dragic. Back to Scola. Again, Scola missing.
Big lead on the boards usually equals a big lead in the game. This team is on cruise control.
Well, the rebounding differential is double digits already, so this is a team that just looks bigger and tougher than the opponent.
Suns trail by 15. We've got 1:28 left in the fourth quarter. Dragic with it, guarded now by Tayshaun Prince. Blocked.
The tough shots aren't going down for him right now, but neither are the easy ones. I mean, he's got to find the rhythm somehow.
Well, you can put this one in the W column. I mean, this is locked up now.
Yeah, I agree with you, Steve. I mean, they closed this game out exactly like they needed to.
Dragic kicks to Scola. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Beasley against Prince. Lets it go from deep. And Michael Beasley, good for 3. Beasley's got 5 points now in the quarter.
What a half they're having from beyond the arc. It's getting ridiculous.
And there's no reason they shouldn't keep attacking from out there. I mean, they've got it going on in a big way now.
Here's Stuckey, and that one's good.
Kevin, he's one of the best finishers we've got in this league. I mean, he rarely misses an opportunity to score inside when he has position.
He's got plenty of sweetener in this game, a little flair in this package. Not a guy you have to call a play for. He can size you up and take you apart.
And that one's good by Gortat.
I like the way they got the ball inside there.
The Pistons shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. And here is Knight. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession.
Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here.
And the Suns here with a different look. Jermaine O'Neal is checked in for Gortat. Markieff Morris comes in for Luis Scola. Shannon Brown, he's checked in for Michael Beasley. And it's Telfair in for Goran Dragic. Then for the Pistons, Austin Day, he's checked in for Monroe. Maggette comes in for Tayshaun Prince. And it's Bynum in for Brandon Knight. Here's Brown. Hammond grabs the rebound inside. Feeds it to Bynum. And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. And this one...
You guys were firing on all cylinders out there tonight. That's got to be a win that makes you feel good about the team as a whole. Agree or disagree?